Of my judgment. Y'all ready for something? Y'all ready for something that's going to shock your world?
In a week which sees the return of the most popular boxing channel on the platform, Boxing Legends TV, things are looking to start heating up in all areas of the sport.
Fuck the polls! Fuck the polls! Yeah! Fuck the polls! Fuck the polls! Fuck the polls! Yeah!
As shown in our last video, 2018 has already been an insane year for the sport, but it doesn't end here. With Joshua and Wilder failing to make an agreement, AJ now looks towards his mandatory opponent in hard-hitting Russian, Alexander Povetkin.
22 fights, he has a chance to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Don't forget how fast he's moving.
The bout is rumored to be arranged for September, which alongside Canelo Golovkin 2 and the recent announcement of Khan versus Vargas, promises a red-hot month for boxing fans. However, a step away from the professional ranks leads us to a very different side of boxing, one which, no matter how much you love or hate it, is hitting all headlines.
Get a deal done, August 25th we fight. Yeah?
Hey, Paul, Logan Paul, any of the Pauls, I don't care.
KSI versus Logan Paul.
KSI versus Logan Paul.
KSI and Logan Paul have their official press conference.
Right, KSI, you called this man out. Let's go, champ. Talk to the people.
The champ for a limited time only. You're barely the champ.
The same words that are describing Logan Paul and KSI are crazy, circus, I can't believe it, unbelievable, which are the same exact words to describe Floyd and Conor McGregor, which turned out to be a huge event.
It's true, man. Can nobody beat me?
George Foreman quoted back in his day that boxing is like jazz. The better it is, the less people appreciate it. And never has this rung more true than right now. You see, only recently, finally, have we seen a justified rise to fame from a man who is considered the best in boxing today, with mesmerizing skill and awesome footwork.
He's come to fight this guy, and it's impossible. Look at this. Wow! This is classic stuff by Lomachenko.
However, even now, Lomachenko is not exactly a household name or international superstar.
So when we was in Las Vegas recently and they were introducing all the fighters ringside, he was the one who got the smallest applause, but he was probably the most talented fighter there. And that's just called building a fighter, profile, educating the audience, and they haven't been able to do that with Lomachenko.
Likewise, Jack versus Stevenson, a big recent light heavyweight clash, peaked at 600,000 views. Whereas KSI's last fight in February, his first ever time to step through the ropes against Joe Weller, drew 1.6 million views.
Surely as the end of the fight, JJ has got so much power.
It's waved
What
off.
a fight! He celebrates everything he said was going to happen.
Both showed commitment and heart, but it was definitely no boxing masterclass, which tells us one thing. In terms of money,
Make it rain all day long.
boxing could be becoming less about the ability, but more about the hype, something which Mayweather perfected in the twilight of his career.
America is built on two things: controversy and money. It's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a green thing.
Ask you a different way.
Okay.
Do you want to be liked?
It doesn't matter.
The ideology that it really doesn't matter whether you love or hate it, as long as you watch it.
One shot is all it takes me. Check the facts. I bounce shots off there. I bounce heads off the canvas.
purse of a guy that never fought in his life against a guy, you know, and then that's a guy who his whole life dedicated his whole life to boxing, may never see a payday that these two are gonna get.
From sparring with grime artist Bugsy Malone to being on the pads with Mayweather Sr., it's not quite your average white-collar boxing preparation.
Aside from Canelo, Triple G, and anything that Floyd touches, what other boxer is going to do that kind of money in their pro debut?
Right.
Not even pro debuts.
Logan Paul, a man who fell from grace after that controversial video at the end of 2017, steps into the ring for his first time. With a wrestling background, we can expect that competitive flair, and TMZ footage released of his sparring shows he is taking the bout very seriously. Discipline and hard work aside, the less impressive aspect of the bout is the trash talk.
Finally! Looks like you grew a little dick today, but it's a little one! Has this got anything else to say besides that? Shut the fuck up!
I can't wait to punch you right in your stupid smug face.
It's showtime!
Begins. No! Counter! Right hand sends Robinson crashing to the canvas for the second time of the fight.
The problem being, it gives the impression that this is the norm to those more casual boxing fans.
Whether we give them any, you know, prestige or coverage or anything, doesn't matter. It's still, I mean, it's still an event, and it's a huge event.
One wearing a tracksuit, the other wearing a ridiculous suit. It all looked a bit too familiar.
There's no other way about it. His little legs, his little core, his little head. I'm gonna knock him out inside 4 rounds, mark my words.
Whoa! I want to end you.
Okay, so this
I'm
is
gonna
real
end you.
I'm not the same fighter I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same fighter I was 2 years ago. But I got enough to beat you.
Equally, a clear good and bad guy role made it almost identical to the rob the bank type showcase that Mayweather McGregor proved to be.
We gather here today to see who becomes the kings of the internet. These two brothers or these two brothers, y'all.
But the harsh reality is that, like most trash talkers, one of them will have to learn the hard way, which may actually swing the bout in boxing's favor.
I'm down to punk ass. He gonna come to fight, that's cool. Come on, you up though. Yeah, and at the end of the fight, you will say, good fight, you a bad mother. You gonna speak some English. You might not say them exact words, but I guarantee you speak some English.
But it can, and hopefully will, inspire a generation to get down to boxing gyms and try it for themselves.
There's no complications about boxing. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do it. Just give it a go. As I said, it's about character. And just give it a go. Keep on digging.
Next year, when we go back and we look at Canelo Triple G on the HBO YouTube channel and all of their wherever they distribute it, and then they look at the KSI Logan, you're going to see the numbers are staggering.
The matchup proves how powerful social media has become, and that boxing is one of the ultimate shows of character for an individual to express themselves. And maybe, one way or another, this could help inspire one of boxing's future champions.